Key 1. Stoic. When you wake up in the morning, remind yourself that the people you'll encounter today may seem ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, or downright rude. But remember, their behavior isn't a reflection of your worth or an attack on your peace. It's a reflection of their own struggles and inner turmoil. They might not be able to distinguish between good and evil, but you, through your wisdom, can see the beauty in kindness and the ugliness in negativity. The wrongdoer shares a fundamental human nature with you. While not of the same blood or background, they're still a part of the same human experience, shaped by challenges and imperfections. This understanding empowers you, for no one can harm you unless you allow it. Their words, their actions, none of these can tie you down or fill you with anger. Just as the feet, hands, eyes, and teeth serve in unity, despite their different roles, so too are we meant to work together in harmony. To harbor anger, to turn away from someone, this is not natural. It obstructs your flow in life. Life will always present moments that challenge our patience and test our peace. But here's a powerful truth. It's not the events that upset us, but the way we interpret them. Every time we come across someone difficult, a colleague, a friend, or a stranger who behaves selfishly, we have a choice. We can either react emotionally, letting their actions control us, or we can choose to control our own reactions. This idea, central to Stoicism, an ancient philosophy rooted in Greece and Rome, teaches us that we can't always control the world around us, but we always have dominion over our responses. It's about taking control of how we choose to respond to life's inevitable challenges. Through Stoic practices, we can remain calm, composed, and rooted in our values, no matter how selfish or difficult others may be. Stoicism isn't some outdated theory. It's a practical, life-changing philosophy that thrives today. It's more than enduring hardship. It's about transforming how we react to it. Founded by Zeno of Citium in the 3rd century BCE, and later refined by great minds like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, Stoicism teaches us that true happiness doesn't come from external circumstances, but from mastering our internal world. We focus on what we can control, our thoughts, our actions, and our responses, and let go of the rest. This approach provides us with peace, empowering us to live life on our terms, regardless of the chaos outside. When dealing with selfish individuals, Stoicism gives us powerful tools to maintain our integrity. The first tactic? Respond, don't react. Instead of impulsively lashing out when someone treats us unfairly, we take a moment to pause. In that brief pause, we regain control, shifting from emotional reaction to thoughtful response. As Epictetus wisely said, it's not the events themselves that harm us, but how we react to them. For example, imagine someone cuts you off in traffic or monopolizes a conversation in a meeting. Your natural reaction might be to get angry or resentful, but a Stoic would remind you, their behavior is outside your control. What is within your control is how you respond. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, would often remind himself that people who act rudely or aggressively are simply acting in line with their own nature. Our job isn't to change them, but to remain virtuous despite them. Another powerful Stoic strategy is cultivating empathy. This doesn't mean excusing bad behavior, but understanding where it comes from. Often, selfishness stems from personal struggles, insecurity, or fear. Marcus Aurelius would ask himself, what does this person need right now? A reminder that everyone has their own challenges. By seeing their actions through this lens, we can approach them with compassion while still holding firm to our boundaries. So, as you face the inevitable challenges of today, remember, it's not about changing others. It's about choosing how you respond. Through Stoic wisdom, you can turn every interaction into an opportunity to practice patience, empathy, and self-control. The power to maintain your peace is in your hands, no matter what the world throws your way. Key 1. Stoic, the most powerful response to selfish behavior is compassion, not confrontation. When we approach those who act out of selfishness with empathy, we aren't validating their behavior. We're choosing to rise above it. By responding with grace, instead of being dragged down by negativity, we uphold our own peace and dignity. Stoicism teaches us that we should not let others' behavior dictate how we feel. In fact, the Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, anticipating adversity, helps us prepare for such situations mentally. By acknowledging that we may encounter selfish individuals, we can reduce the emotional impact when it happens, making it less of a shock to our system. For example, imagine telling yourself, "Today, I may meet people who act rudely or inconsiderately, and that's part of life. I'm prepared to face it with grace." By doing so, you're not blindsided by their actions. Instead, you remain steady and calm. Another important aspect of Stoic philosophy is detachment from expectations. The Stoics were clear. Much of our suffering doesn't come from other people's actions, but from the unrealistic expectations we set for how we want people to behave. As Epictetus wisely said, "Ask not that events should happen as you will, but let your will be that events happen as they do." When we accept that selfishness is part of the human condition, we free ourselves from unnecessary frustration. We focus on what we can control, our own responses and attitudes. Stoicism even invites us to embrace the challenge. Yes, encountering selfishness is difficult, but it's also an opportunity to strengthen our character. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, noted that difficulties strengthen the mind as labor strengthens the body. Every time we face selfishness and choose to respond with composure, we grow mentally and emotionally. Instead of seeing these encounters as obstacles, we begin to see them as stepping stones for our personal growth. So, when dealing with selfish people, the Stoic approach isn't about ignoring our emotions or suppressing our feelings. It's about responding with resilience and wisdom. We don't let others' actions dictate our peace. Whether in the workplace, at home, or in social situations, we can apply Stoic principles. For instance, in a work environment, there's always that one person who seems to prioritize their own success above others. Instead of getting caught up in their competitive energy, we focus on our own work, addressing the issue calmly or letting go of resentment. By doing so, we maintain our peace, allowing us to remain productive and content. In our personal relationships, Stoicism helps us navigate selfishness with patience. Maybe it's a family member who always wants things their way, or a friend who prioritizes their needs over yours. Instead of reacting with frustration, we recognize that their selfishness may stem from their own insecurities or struggles. By understanding this, we can respond with empathy, not to excuse their behavior, but to rise above it. Social situations, like dinner parties or casual meetups, can often be full of self-centered individuals, but Stoicism teaches us to manage our expectations. By accepting that not everyone will behave the way we want, we can enjoy these moments without frustration. In these situations, we can either change the subject or listen more attentively, without letting another person's selfishness dictate our experience. Even everyday encounters with strangers can trigger anger, whether it's someone cutting in line at the grocery store or ignoring basic courtesies on the road. But Stoicism teaches us to expect such disruptions. When we mentally prepare for these small annoyances in advance, we are better equipped to deal with them calmly. Choosing our battles wisely is another key Stoic strategy. When confronted with selfishness, we ask ourselves if it's worth our time and energy to engage with it. Often, the Stoic response is to let it go. As Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." This mindset helps us avoid unnecessary conflicts and maintain focus on what truly matters, our inner peace. By integrating Stoic practices into our everyday life, we not only deal with selfish people more effectively, but transform these interactions into powerful opportunities for personal growth and strength. In the end, it's not about changing others, but about cultivating the inner peace and resilience needed to navigate a world full of challenges. Key 1. Stoic personal growth is not just about overcoming obstacles. It's about transforming the way we perceive and respond to life's challenges. When we detach from a need for specific outcomes and approach situations with reason, empathy, and calm, we create a protective barrier between ourselves and the negativity around us. This emotional shield safeguards our inner peace, allowing us to maintain our tranquility despite external turmoil. As we practice this mindset consistently, we become more resilient, turning every challenge into an opportunity for growth, wisdom, and serenity. Stoicism teaches us that life isn't merely about enduring selfishness or thoughtlessness. It's about transforming these difficult moments into valuable lessons. This approach allows us to live more thoughtfully, with purpose and poise, regardless of the trials life may throw at us. Over time, the benefits of Stoic practice extend beyond handling challenging situations. What begins with small victories, such as staying calm during stressful work situations or maintaining composure when faced with petty annoyances, soon becomes a holistic shift in the way we approach life. Stoicism doesn't just help us survive, it equips us to thrive. By building a foundation of emotional resilience, inner peace, and wisdom, Stoic principles enhance every aspect of our daily experiences, helping us navigate life's uncertainties with strength and clarity. One of the greatest gifts of Stoicism is emotional resilience. The Stoics believe that while we can't control external events, we have full control over how we respond to them. By applying practices like pausing before reacting or focusing on what is within our control, we become less vulnerable to life's ups and downs. What once triggered us, be a rude comment, a setback, or an unexpected change, loses its emotional grip over us. This doesn't mean becoming cold or detached. Instead, it means cultivating emotional strength. As Marcus Aurelius wisely put it, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This shift in perspective enables us to stay grounded in the face of adversity, becoming more adaptable and better equipped to navigate life's uncertainties. Another profound benefit of Stoicism is the cultivation of inner peace. By releasing the need to control everything and accepting that some things are beyond our control, we open the door to a deep sense of calm. This peace is rooted in the Stoic understanding of the dichotomy of control, the wisdom of knowing what is ours to change and what isn't. As Seneca taught, much of our distress comes from desiring reality to be different than it is. Through consistent Stoic practice, we learn to accept life as it is and respond with calm and reason. This peace doesn't come instantly, but with practice, it becomes a stable part of our character. Rather than being reactive or anxious about the future, we become anchored in the present, facing life's challenges with clarity and composure. Stoicism also improves our relationships. By practicing empathy and compassion, we gain a deeper understanding of others, even those who may act selfishly or rudely. The Stoics emphasize seeing things from another person's perspective and recognizing that everyone has their own struggles. This shift in empathy helps reduce conflicts, enabling us to approach others with patience, kindness, and understanding. Difficult interactions become opportunities to practice virtues like self-control, compassion, and patience, ultimately leading to stronger, more meaningful relationships. Stoicism helps us discover a deeper sense of purpose and meaning in life. By aligning our actions with Stoic virtues such as wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation, we focus on what truly matters. Instead of chasing fleeting desires or seeking validation from others, Stoicism redirects us toward living in accordance with our deepest values. Epictetus taught that it's not the events themselves that define us, but how we respond to them in alignment with nature and reason. The more we practice Stoicism, the more fulfilled we feel, knowing we are living with integrity and purpose, regardless of external circumstances. One of the most transformative effects of Stoic practice is the development of self-mastery. When we learn to control our reactions, emotions, and desires, we gain mastery over ourselves. This doesn't mean we won't face challenges or difficult emotions, but it means we are better prepared to handle them without being overwhelmed. Stoics believe that external events can only harm us if we allow them to. By cultivating inner strength, we become more confident and wise, navigating life with grace, regardless of what comes our way. Finally, Stoicism nurtures a deep sense of contentment and gratitude. It teaches us to appreciate the present moment and find joy in what we already have, rather than constantly yearning for more. Seneca emphasized the importance of recognizing the wealth we already possess, not in material terms, but in time, relationships, and personal growth. By regularly practicing gratitude, we begin to see the abundance in our lives and let go of the endless pursuit of more. This shift in perspective leads to a more content and fulfilling life, free from external pressures and driven by inner abundance. In the long run, Stoicism isn't just about surviving life's challenges. It's about thriving through them. By consistently practicing its principles, we become more resilient, peaceful, and aligned with what truly matters. We grow not only in how we handle difficult people and situations, but also in how we approach life as a whole. This, in essence, is the greatest gift of Stoicism, a life lived with purpose, peace, and strength. No matter what challenges you face, whether dealing with selfishness, setbacks, or life's unpredictability, the power to remain grounded and resilient is within you. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or avoiding conflict. It's about confronting life's difficulties with clarity, strength, and integrity. The tools and wisdom are already within your grasp. It's time to begin practicing them.